you very much for being on my channel today. Could I ask you your name and where you're visiting or where you're from?
So my name is Sam, and I'm from Luxembourg. And right now I'm living in Japan. So I've been here for 3 months now. So beginning of October. Yeah, I came to Japan beginning of October. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And could I ask why you chose to come to live in Japan?
So I've always had like an interest in Japan, especially since I was a teenager. But the first time I came to Japan was actually in 2015. That was like with the Boy Scouts. There was like this big reunion kind of thing, and that was my first first time that I actually experienced being outside of Europe and a foreign culture. And I was 15 at the time, and that kind of just imprinted on me, and that was very interesting to me. So afterwards, I just started being more interested in Japan, but the main reason that I really started picking up interest with Japan was the language. So I just really had this urge or just like this interest in the Japanese language, and that's where it started. So I started learning the language. I came in 2018, I visited again with my family. In 2019, I came alone on my own. That was the first time that I really traveled on my own. And yeah, since then I've came to Japan several times, and when I finished my uni, so got my bachelor's degree, I decided now is the time to come to Japan. So I want to do my master's degree here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. Very interesting story. Thank you so much for sharing. 日本語を話しますか？
はい、ちょっとだけ話せます。
すごい。日本語を勉強しましたか？
もう、6年間ぐらい日本語を勉強してるけど、今、語学学区に通ってます。
すごい。頑張ってね。日本語はちょっと難しいの語と思いますね。
確かに、難しい言語だと思いますけど、世界中一番面白い言語だと思う。
なぜ日本ですか？日本語だけとお文化は面白いですか？なぜ日本ですか？
実は、語学、大好きだけど、もう、他の言語を勉強しました。日本語を除いて、もうスペイン語、ペラペラに勉強するようにした。はい、でも日本語は、とても、独特な言語だと思う。特に漢字は、一番面白いところ、だと思う。私にとって、一番面白いところだと思う。はい、でもじゃあ今、6カ国語を、話してる。はい、ルクセンブルクに、公用語が3つがあります。ルクセンブルク語、ドイツ語、フランス語。この3つ国語、学校で、勉強します。みんなこの3つ国語、話せる。みんな、英語も話せるね。だから、みんな、4つ言語を話せる。
すごい。語は上手と思いますね。Yeah. 日本の言葉、どちらは一番言葉と漢字は何ですか？
一番好きな？
そう、綺麗とか、意味はすごいとか。
一番好きな漢字は、2つがあります。1番目は木の漢字、木と、2番目は、和、peace、harmony、和、好きな言葉ありませんかもしれないけど、
ありがとうございます。日本語を話すとき、違うのアイデンティティとかカラーありますか？
日本語を話すとき、確かに他の性格持ってるけど、でも今まだそんなに良くない、日本語を話せませんね。だからまだちょっと恥ずかしい。でも、
yeah, すごいですね。すごい。I'm going to ask you a few more questions just in English. I wonder about certain aspects of life here in Japan that really interest you or really make you feel at home in some ways? Like, what's some things that are perhaps different to life in Luxembourg but really comfortable for you?
So what I like here is that a lot of things are directed to just single people. So for example, you can eat alone, you can do many things alone, while in Europe in general, Luxembourg as well, if you want to go to a restaurant, for example, it's often just weird if you go alone. I mean, you can do it, no one will judge you for it, but it's just a weird feeling. But here, there are often even just specific spots just for people that want to eat alone. Other things that I like about living here, I mean, public transport is nice. It's very convenient, although, the Luxembourg is a bit special in that regard since public transport is free, so everything is free. So for me, it's kind of expensive to just go from one place to the other here, so I'm getting used to that. But aside from that, I mean, Japan also has a very interesting culture. Since it's an island, so Luxembourg is really small, so it's very easy to cross borders, and there's all this talk about the Schengen area and so on. But Japan is an island. Politically, it's interesting. It's more isolated, and that's a big difference. Like Europe is always like this network of countries, this grid of countries, and Japan is just this island sitting alone, very isolated. Yeah, so that's definitely. That changes the perspective of just the place where you live. And
okay. I'd like to ask you about Japanese food. I have a lot of people who say that they love ramen and they love sushi, but do you have any different favorite dishes in Japan to add to the usual?
I really like okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki. Yeah, like this pancake. Yeah, okonomiyaki is really good and sadly not very well known outside of Japan, I think. Okonomiyaki and. I mean the usuals are like you said, ramen and sushi, and is there anything else? Like it's been a bit hard adjusting to Japanese food since there's like my staple is bread, so impossible to get by. They only have like this toast kind of thing, and it's not really my cup of tea. I like my sourdough and that kind of stuff. I mean, rice is fine, but I can't eat that every day. So it's kind of hard for me to adjust to Japanese food, like to eat that every day. Although, like maybe with time it got easier.
Yeah. When I first came to Japan, I didn't understand why people love to have like a bowl of just plain white rice, and I always used to cook with something on the top. Yeah. And my Japanese friends would say like, no, we don't need something on the top. We just want the plain white rice, and I just didn't understand it. But over time, you probably will. So yeah. All right. Thank you so much for your time. I won't take up any more. And have a lovely time in Japan. And with your Nihongo, 頑張ります.
ありがとうございます。